Hi Leo, this is your forecast for the month of November 2016. This is a general reading for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, or Leo Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited my site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So Leo, the first week begins with a pretty great card, the Empress. So, this could be a week where you're focusing on the important women in your life. This could be maternal figures. If you're a man, this could be the woman of your dreams. But this could very well be you also. Maybe you're taking on some nurturing qualities, or this is a connection to somebody who may own some land. It's a woman who has power and authority. For some of you, this is about doing something productive. There's something that you're trying to grow, that you're trying to bring to life. So some of you may very well be pregnant. Others of you could be growing a project, or you're being really creative, or there's a concern with healing or abundance. Some of you are creating a beautiful home environment, or you're working in your garden this week. This is about sensual pleasure, the things that bring us happiness. And this can also be a willingness to help other people. So this is putting in the work and reaping the fruits of that effort. It's good fortune. So for many of you, this is a week of having a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of optimism about whatever it is that you're doing. And because you feel so excited about what you're into, you're attracting a lot of success with the situations that really mean the most to you. And this is going to be a week, because you're willing to help others and your communication skills are at a high. This is going to give you the ability to get along well with other people, to smooth over any disagreements, to improve your connections with other people, and to develop new and better connections with the people you already know. So this is a week where your luck is enhanced, opportunities are coming to you, your talent is blossoming, as long as you are being diligent and putting in due effort. So the better you feel about yourself, your circumstances, your physical self, your finances, your professional life, your relationships, the better your situation becomes. Now, if you are feeling any sort of anxiety or doubt because you have such a willingness to help, this could be a week where people take advantage of you and abuse your generosity. And this is where you can find yourself falling back into some self-defeating situations. So, for some of you, this is going to be a week of block development where there is a failure to thrive. Some of you may be having issues or problems with a pregnancy. Some of you are having trouble, getting a project off the ground, or you're disregarding some opportunities that are being presented to you. For some of you, maybe, this is an unwanted pregnancy, or just a pregnancy, that, again, maybe you're ill in some way or excessively ill, during this pregnancy. This could be financial hardship or some physical discomfort or depression that you're suffering. And because of it, there's a lack of productivity. So some of you may be too self-indulgent. Now, maybe you're eating too much, or you're not eating enough, or you're exercising too much or not enough. Whatever vice it is, could be substance abuse. Whatever it is, you are indulging in a negative manner. So for all of you, this is going to be a week where you're going to have to be more diplomatic. It's going to be easier for you to come up with good strategies when you are diplomatic in order to make some small steps, some small advances in your goals. But even though these steps are small, they're going to make a big difference for you in the future. Some of you, you need to take a time out. There's something that, maybe it's not coming together in the manner or time that you wish. This is an indication for you to take just a small break, step back from things for a minute. And when you do, you're going to gather yourself and you're going to regain your confidence and go back at it again and tackle some situations that maybe you were ready to give up on previously. So you're going to be close to getting whatever it is that you're trying to get. You reach your destination point. Even if you don't get there this week, you're getting closer to it. But for those of you where self-indulgence is a problem, your self-absorption is going to tarnish your reputation in some way and prevent you from achieving your goals. And if you're doing nothing, if you've become apathetic, this is going to be a problem for you. So for some of you, maybe you're involved with someone, and this could be somebody that is really focusing on their own desires, and they're doing it in such a way where they are insensitive to the needs of other people. They want what they want regardless of what other people need. Or for some of you, maybe you're attached to somebody who is attached to someone else, or there's some complications in a love affair. Some of you, you're realizing that the relationship is not moving in the direction that you want, and you're sort of feeling a sense of regret that, you wish things could have gone a different way. This could be someone who doesn't want to give back the love that you're giving, or maybe it's you who doesn't want to give that love. But this is a focus this week on attainment, whatever that is, getting something, whether that's success or recognition. But for others of you, this is an indication that it's time for you to stop struggling, and it's time for you to accept a situation for the truth of what it is. Now, the second week, you have a situation where you are taking a break. Maybe you're trying to recuperate. For those of you, who were dealing with some physical discomfort or pregnancy, maybe you're going to the doctor. You're having a doctor visit in connection to this, or you're trying to recuperate from an illness, or some of you may be in the hospital. Some of you, maybe you're a hospital worker of some sort. So maybe you're either working in a hospital, visiting a hospital, or you're a medical patient. But this week is about taking a break, resting, recuperating. And for some of you, it's quiet preparation. You are now reconsidering your position. And so you are, maybe you're in solitude, or you're regrouping in some way. For some of you, there is a lack of communication. There's a lack of activity. So you may be trying to figure out what you should do next. And, depending on whatever happens next, you're either going to feel, rejuvenated, replenished, restored, or you're going to feel at risk somehow, and your motivation will be lacking because of it. So many of you, you've recently ended something, and now you are regrouping. So this is another card that is indicating about, being extreme either way. So last week you had the Empress that emphasized, issues where you may be doing too much of something or too little of something. And again, this is saying that try to avoid extremes, either trying to do too much or trying to do too little. This is about finding a balance. Now, some of you, you've reached sort of a plateau, and maybe you're in a good spot and you're taking a break, and it's going to be easy for you, if you feel good, to just, sit in this holding pattern without feeling threatened by that in some way, without jumping to conclusions. But for others of you, there are just too many loose threads. There are too many things that are unresolved, too many things hanging in limbo. So some of you, you're not being realistic. You're hoping something is going to go away or resolve itself, or you're thinking you're going to resolve it, or you're trying to save something, or you're trying to bring something back to life. But not facing up to the truth is actually hurting you more than anything else. So right now, you may not have a lot of options available to you. Maybe something has happened and you're going to want, maybe you feel someone, maybe someone has offended you in some way, and you're going to want them to give you an apology, and you're going to want to know why it happened, and you want it laid out before you. However, if it happens to be you who was in the wrong, you're likely going to want to just skip over that, sweep it under the rug, and not deal with it. So this is a card about for some of you, refusing to confront some kind of issue in a timely manner. And because of it, other complications crop up. So, this could be a week, though, where you may be preparing for something and anything could be possible. Maybe if you're working on a project, you're contemplating where to take it next, or you're trying to rejuvenate yourself, come up with some ideas. And so maybe your creativity is going to be let loose. Maybe you're being more, this is the start of something. You're trying to figure out how you're going to move forward. For others of you, though, this is just, you're in a fantasy world right now, and you're not taking any kind of action to move forward. Now, the third week, you have the Five of Swords. So there's a progression, and it's not getting any better. This is a card of strong self-interest. And so either you or someone else is not going along with the program. This is the ultimate do-it-yourself. So somebody's saying, that's okay, I don't need your help. I'm going to do it my way. I got this. And maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. It could be that, somebody is not going along with the group. But for some of you, this is going to feel like an empty win. You won the battle, but you lost the war. And other people are going to feel the effects of whatever is happening. And this is not a happy situation. It's a no-win situation where there are issues of negative energy, competitiveness, one-upmanship, spite. It could even be a smear campaign where people are out to get somebody, and they're outwardly, trying to tarnish the reputation of someone else. There could be issues of sabotage and hostility, manipulation, revenge, very destructive behavior where there is deceit. Now, so for some of you, perhaps this is about issues of dishonesty. Things are taking a turn for the worse, and possibly because there was an exclusive focus on winning. Winning was everything. For others of you, there's a chance to be cleared of some kind of wrongdoing. So this is a week where you need to be very careful about overstepping boundaries, pushing buttons, because you may be very frustrated with what is going on around you. But this frustration is actually going to cause you to take some steps that you should have taken before. And again, you had the card last week indicating that you maybe weren't confronting an issue in a timely manner. So now you're so frustrated this week that you now know that you need to take some steps to do something that you should have done previously, and you just waited too long. The problem is you can be very impatient right now or overconfident about what you're about to do. And this is going to make you take some foolish risks. So be careful of the decisions that you make. For some of you, you were in a hesitation mode last week. You weren't sure what to do. This week, you know exactly what to do, and you're going to move forward. Whatever's been bothering you, whatever was unclear or uncertain, you're going to want to know what the truth is of that, and you're going to want to get down to the truth. And it doesn't matter what the response is. I mean, you care what that is, but you just want to know. And so whether it's good, whether it's bad, you just want a situation to come out into the open. Now, again, part of this could be caused because you were just taking too many things for granted. You weren't recognizing the value of something, or you weren't appreciating something, a situation, other people, yourself. Maybe you were taking your health for granted. So if that is the case, this could be a week where that comes back to bite you, and you may take a hit with your pride. So this is a caution for you to be careful with your physical safety. So for those of you who are pregnant or dealing with some kind of health issue, please be vigilant about that. Be careful of your health. Take care of yourself. Also be careful about any medications that you're taking, because this could be a week where you're especially susceptible to some side effects. And it could be very difficult, in fact, for the doctor to even accurately diagnose you or come up with, a course of treatment. So take an active role with your physician in the care of your physical self. For others of you, you're not paying attention, and you've got a lot on your mind, and you're easily distracted, or you're annoyed. And so this is the possibility of creating an accident or some misunderstandings. So try to be present. This is a period for you to be receptive, for you to be open to opportunities, to listen to your intuition. For some of you, this means moving in a new direction, but for others of you, you've gained something that really holds no value. You've been running after an illusion. Now, the fourth week, we have Five of Pentacles. So again, this could, another card that could indicate ill health. This could be some kind of a loss, whether that's, your assets or some resources. Maybe your resources are dwindling, or you're losing something. Maybe you're involved in something that has to do with a legal settlement, but there's a lot of uncertainty, a lack of faith. Maybe, you're not putting your trust in anything of spiritual value. Some of you could be feeling lonely, out in the cold, or rejected. So you're feeling, out of sorts this week. So this is a week where a couple of situations, they did not pan out your way, or they're not going to. And so things are not going to move forward as smoothly as you had hoped. And so your personal life, your emotional concerns, your finances, all of those may be interwoven and very complicated during this time. And because you're so concerned about this could be undermining your health, or again, creating a situation where there's an accident or some close call for you. So this is a time for you to try to readjust your thinking, because of your situation, you may be learning some kind of valuable lesson. And in the end, you may realize that things did not cost you as much time or as much money as they could have. So this is a week for you to take care of yourself. Maybe you feel like everything is closing in on you and you're being pulled in all directions. Everybody's making a demand from you, especially the people that you care about the most. So again, there are limited options. So, and even the slightest risk that you take with regard to your safety or your finances could bring your house of cards tumbling down right now. So this may not be the week for some of you to borrow or loan money. And if you were expecting something to happen, you may feel as if you're encountering one delay after another. So this is going to be a difficult week where everything seems like a challenge. You know, work, your responsibilities, the demands, your relationships, and medically, getting the care you need, again, could be just as challenging as whatever illness that you're experiencing. This could be a week because so many things are going wrong. You could tend to blame your work problems on your professional, on your personal life, or you could feel as if your home life is impacting your professional life, whatever the case. But this is a week where your temptation is driving you towards someone or something, and maybe you feel, a sense of rejection connected to it. Maybe there were some unexpected encounters, some things that happened that you weren't expecting, or maybe the things that you wanted are not going to come to fruition. Maybe there's a lack of faith in something and you don't know what to do. You've been going in circles, trying to figure it out, trying to make something happen, trying to begin something, trying to end something, whatever the case is. Now, the underlying energy is this Eight of Cups. So you are tired. You want to get away from something. You want to move on. And you're emotionally weary in connection to your past. But you want to move forward. You got to keep going. There's a sense of disappointment here. And some of you may be breaking away from some emotional ties. Maybe you're turning your back on this difficult situation. And you want to, direct your energy towards something new, whether that's a new relationship, a new job, a new home, just something different. And whatever has happened this month, there's a personal reality check. You've gone within, and that's going to give you a sense of balance and a clearer purpose about where you're going. So this could be a month, you've encountered some resistance, some no-win situations, some setbacks. You're ready to do your own thing. You want to make your own decisions. And so if you've been torn or conflicted inside about something, something hasn't gone your way, this could be a month where you take all of that into account and you decide that the things that have been holding you back as an individual and the things that have been preventing you from making progress, you're going to let go of those. Now, for some of you, given the circumstance, it may be easy for you to save something or take charge of something. But for a lot of you, you're going to decide that you're just going to walk away from something. You're going to realize that some behavior that you have been participating in, some situation or a relationship, is simply not good for you. For others of you, you're still not clear. You don't know what you're going to do. And so you've got a lot of personal work to do so that you can figure out who you are and exactly what it is that you want. And some of you may be really hard on yourself, and unnecessarily so, because the truth of what you have discovered this month is more challenging than you expected to deal with it. So some of you are going to go off on your own and isolate yourself. But this isolation is largely because you chose to do so in order to gather yourself and regroup. So this could be a month where you're going off into some new territory, and maybe you're opening some new doors for yourself. Maybe you're even going to travel. For others of you, if you're having a health issue, this could be about, not getting enough exercise, not moving enough. Maybe you're doing some walking, or maybe you need to do more walking. For others of you, this is about movement away from something that has been negative for you in the past. Now, you don't have any wands here, so this is a lot of thought more than anything else, emotional work. Because without wands, there's a lack of desire, motivation, energy, ambition. Also, a lot of what's happening is because of external forces. There are changes that are happening in your life situation because of other people. And some of this may have to do with, the strength of assistance, whether on your part or you giving it to someone else. There could be issues about a lack of commitment. For some of you, this is going to connect to situations where your logic and your emotions are in conflict with one another. You may be facing a situation where you're trying to beat the odds in some way. It's a situation that seems impossible on some level, and yet you're trying to make it happen, and you may very well accomplish that. For others of you, or actually for all of you, this is going to be about opportunities and situations in your life that have changed already, or that could change your life in some way. And so a lot of the situations that you will be connected to this month will connect to your future and the things or the people that are valuable to you in connection to your future and your destiny. Okay, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. The more you engage with me, the more enjoyable this work is. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful November, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.